All right, we are just 3 days away from my annual Vegas conference, which sold out in 24 hours. It's going to be so much bigger than in the past years. In the past year, we've had this is the seventh annual. We've usually we started out having like 30 or 40 people, then we grew to like 100, and then we were at I think 140 last year. This year, we opened it up to 300 people, sold out in 24 hours. Freaking awesome. That pumps me up because it shows me that you guys want to learn. This year has been pretty amazing for me as a teacher, not just as a trader. I'm up nearly $800,000 in trading profits even while teaching. But more importantly, two of my students have crossed $1 million. We were featured on Fox and CNN, and everyone's kind of like, oh my God, he's actually serious. He's the one guy on the internet who actually can and has proven that he can create millionaires. So we opened up a few more seats, and now in the past few days, we opened up a few more seats because I wanted to take it even bigger than 300. So we actually opened it up to 500. Then we sold out again. And now in the past few days, like 15 or 20 people have said, I can't actually make it to Vegas. I'm just going to watch the online live stream version, which is okay too. You can tune in from home. We have a few different options. 197 gets you in the door or on live stream when you go to timothysykes.com/conference. And then 297, you get the live stream or in-person conference. And then you also get streaming access on demand later on so you can rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. I highly recommend this one in case you miss something the first time around. You have it forever. But anyways, use this hashtag PSC7 if you are attending in person or on live stream. If anybody comes up with a good quote and you want to tweet that, or you meet some cool people and you want to take pictures with them and you post that hashtag, this will work on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hashtags are very good, and that way we can search out everyone who has been attending PSC7, and it's really kind of awesome to look at everyone's experiences because you are going to meet 500 plus other traders, and I can't encourage you enough to try and come in person if you can. Some of the friends and the partnerships that you make at these conferences. I know so many traders. Greg LX21, who's spoken in the past. He's going to try and make a guest appearance this time, but he met so many traders. I was talking to him on the phone the other day, and he was like, "Just thank you for creating this community." And that's what it's about. This is a community. We all want to do better. Okay, I don't think there's anybody in the community who's like, I want to make $1 million and I want everybody to lose. We're not that kind of community. We're not penny stock promoters, okay? So we want to help each other, and that's why we teach. I work so much harder than I need to. I'm already rich. I've already made, $4.1 million in trading, and if I didn't teach, that number could probably be double because I wouldn't be making video lessons like this in the middle of the trading day. But I love teaching, and I love trading, and I have several other millionaire speakers. Superman is up 2.8 million. He's up over $1 million already in 2014. Nate's up 2.3 million. Michael Good is my first millionaire student, and he mentors many of you trading challenge students. He's up 1.3 million. I think he actually has to upload a few trades. I think he's closer to 1.5. And Tim Grittani, the boy wonder, started with $1,500 to his own name less than 4 years ago, and now he's at 2.3 million. He's speaking. This is the only place you can hear them speak. You can ask them any questions whatsoever. I've already seen Tim Grittani's presentation. It is mind-blowing. 1,500 into 2.3 million. I didn't even do that in 4 years. My first 4 years, I did 12,000 into 1.65 million. So he's doing better, and he doesn't even have like the stock market bubble like I did. So he doesn't have as much volatility, although he does have a pretty good market. So really pumped. And especially about this live trading Monday, October 6th. That is the beauty of this event. We're starting on Sunday, October 5th, so everyone can have presentations and talk about what's working for them, the patterns they're watching and stuff like that. But October 6th, it's live trading. We put exactly what we preach into action, and I don't know what trades are going to pop up. But last year I think I made like 2,000. I know one guy in the audience went a little bigger, and I think he was actually going against me, and that's awesome. I don't want people just following my picks blindly. I want them to say, okay, here's Tim's thinking, here's his thought process on this trade. Well, I kind of disagree with him. Let me go differently. And it was some Chinese play, VISN. I was shorting VISN. and it wouldn't crack support, and it ended up spiking. And he made like $12,000 over 2 days. Um, and that was just one example. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on names. There's too many trades. I'm glad I remember the ticker, but it's not just about following picks. I don't want to create an army of just intelligence lacking cronies. That's what most penny stock newsletters and chat rooms are all about. And that's why they're flawed, and that's why they don't grow so big. My growth of my subscriber base has been huge because I show all my trades. My top students show all my trades. People say, "Oh, Tim Grottani, 1,500 into 2.3 million. That sounds crazy. I think he's a fraud. I think he got lucky." Well, you can see all of his trades. It's not luck. It's not fraud. It's repetitive. It's the same patterns over and over again. And it's just a question of whether or not you learn. It's the same thing with me. People said, "Oh, why do you even teach?" Well, because I freaking love it. I actually do love it. I was talking with a few people the other night, and they're like, "Tim, why don't you just trade on your own? Why do you need this?" Well, I've been making, 10, 20, $50,000 trading days for over a decade. That's nice. That's awesome. I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate. But it gets old after a while. You make tens of thousands, or maybe some days you make a few thousand, or some days you even make a few hundred. But you make this money, and then what? What are you building? You're building your account, you're getting richer, you're earning respect from other traders. Boring, 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 boring. I prefer to change this industry. Okay? When I first started teaching, before I really got mainstream, as I think I'm becoming a little more now, thanks to CNN and Fox, and these actual success stories, they said that it was illegal to short sell. I would get emails when I first started teaching. They're like, "Why are you teaching an illegal strategy? It's illegal to short sell stocks under $5 a share." And it's not illegal to short stocks under $5 a share. It's just that most brokers don't want to go through the process of having to deal with these small companies and people with small accounts. And sometimes these stocks can really surge. And then, people without the proper guidance or risk management, they blow up, and the brokers don't like that. So the brokers got used to just saying, "You know what, it's illegal." So they wouldn't have to deal with it. And that made my job infinitely more difficult, but it also fired me up because I hate lies and I hate misinformation. So I try and get the good information out there. I'm not 100%, successful in my goals yet. Very few people even think that this is worth it. You see, this is over $12 million in trading profits between 5 people, but on Wall Street, that's still nothing. But what you have to understand is that we dedicate our lives to teaching you guys, okay? We still trade, we still profit, but every single one of these 5 speakers, and also Tim Bowen, a little not so much because he's only up a few 100,000 and he's like part-time, but these guys, Michael Good and Tim Grottani give weekly webinars to my Trading Challenge students, and they answer questions. Michael Good does so many emails back and forth with Trading Challenge students just answering questions. Nate does a webinar. Superman does his own webinars. We all want to share this so that more of you guys can have this life. A few $1,000,000 doesn't sound like a lot on Wall Street, but in the real world, if you have a few $1,000,000, you can live however you want to live. And you can live wherever you want to live. People who work on Wall Street, they live in New York, they work like 16, 18-hour days, they have no lives. That's the industry. They're making a lot of money, but they're like slaves to their job. We're making money from wherever. I've been to nearly 100 countries now. I took, Tim Grottani to the Maldives. That was his first trip overseas. Can you imagine your first trip overseas going to the Maldives? He was like a 24-year-old kid. He was loving it. That's what I love about what we teach. It's not just about the money, it's the freedom, because you can do it from anywhere. And you don't have to be a guy. It doesn't matter if you're a 14-year-old girl or a 70-year-old woman or a 50-year-old guy. As long as you have the dedication to learn and to study and say, "You know what, I don't want just stock picks. Stock picks are useless. You might win, you might lose, you might win a little more, you might lose a little more. You'll probably lose a little more if you look at the odds." But what we do is different because we teach patterns. We teach a process where you can research your own stocks. Some of my millionaire students, they don't even need me anymore. I'm their training wheels. Okay? I love that. Michael Good, Tim Grottani, they're better traders than me. Tim Grottani especially. Eric Wood is another millionaire student. He's not even coming to the conference. He doesn't like me because I always tell him to post his trades, but he's now made millions. And every time I talk to him, we don't agree on a lot, but he says, all I have for you is thanks. And that's awesome. I don't need to agree with everybody. I know I'm a little uptight and I'm kind of crazy where I'm like, post all your trades, post all your trades. But I see thousands of emails daily from people who need that inspiration to see that it's possible, that it's not just one person, but it's actually multiple people. Because I know at least a dozen people who make 7 figures a year trading penny stocks. And a lot of them don't want to post publicly because, other people trade against you because they see that you have a big position, as some of you guys have recently seen when I'm trading VOIL. And some people, they just don't like talking about money. It's taboo in our society. But what I see every single day is thousands and thousands of emails from people who are looking to start. They need inspiration, they need guidance, and PSC 7, I think, is the single best thing that you can do for that, because you're going to have the live trading on Monday. You're going to have hundreds of other traders that you can meet face to face, and I'm sure some of them are going to be like, I hate Tim's attitude. He's so cocky, showing off his Lamborghini and his mansion. And other people are like, well, that really inspired me, and now I'm studying video lessons. The truth is, when I post a video lesson, let's say it's like 20, 30, 40 minutes long on whatever stock, I can either choose a thumbnail of a stock chart or maybe a thumbnail of my $250,000 Lamborghini. And if I choose a thumbnail of my $250,000 Lamborghini, there's 4 times the amount of views, 4 times the amount of people study that same video lesson just because the thumbnail is different. So you tell me not to show off my Lamborghini, my mansions, and my trips and my money. I say I do what it takes to get people to study. I'm not trying to rub in the fact that I have money and a lot of you guys don't, okay? If you guys study hard enough, you can get here. I want to show you what's possible when you study hard and not just blindly follow stock picks. I don't want anybody ever following my alerts. I want you guys learning the process. Tim just made this trade. Why did he make this trade? That's why I put commentary in every single trade alert. There's other chat rooms where there's no commentary and they're just like, in this ticker, this price, out this ticker, this price. That doesn't teach you why, because they're just trying to give fast alerts. Because that's how they teach. That's not how I teach. I don't give just little alerts with no reasoning. I want you to understand, why am I getting into this trade? Why am I getting out? What makes this trade even, interesting to me? What website did I find the research on? I want to show you everything. And that way I can kind of show you everything I've learned in 15 years of trading and help you, because I never had any mentor. And that's what really sucks for me. It's kind of a good thing for you because I never had any mentor. I want to be the mentor to you that I never had, because I've made so many dumb mistakes. I've made $4.1 million over the years, yes, but without guidance, without a plan for the first few years, I made so many dumb mistakes. I wish I could go back. I can't. All I can do is try and save you guys. And I'm not like the perfect trader. I'm not the best trader. I'm not trying to brag about that. What I am is the most open trader. You can ask me any question whatsoever at this conference. I'll answer it openly because I have nothing to hide. That's the beauty of being a fully transparent trader and teacher. And I want to get you to become a millionaire, because I loved creating my first few millionaires. Last year at conference time, I didn't have any millionaires. People mocked me. I was like, I have the millionaire challenge. And people were like, well, how many millionaires have you created? And I was like, none yet, but they're coming. It takes time. It does take a few years. I'm not saying you're going to become a millionaire, in a week or in a month. Okay? I know some people, they're like, I bought 2,000 shares of GoPro and now I've tripled my money. I don't need you. Well, you're kind of lucky, okay? The bull market makes you feel like a genius. But how are you going to do when the bull market ends, as is inevitable? Are you just going to be like a grumpy bear? Like when the bear market comes, most people are just like, it's a bear market. I hate this. I can't make any money. Or are you going to be prepared if you use my training? I actually do better in bear markets. I cannot wait for a bear market. I don't see anyone like, a crash coming right away, but I'm prepared. And that's what I want you guys to be. So go to timothysykes.com/conference. Right now, you have a few days to sign up for live stream. There's like 15, 20 spots if you want to attend in person, if you can make it into Vegas. And everybody attending, please use PSC7 hashtags on your photos and tweets, and I'll look at them, I'll retweet them. This is a community. I look forward to meeting you guys. Thanks, guys.